I want to talk about something today that I think is going to explain a lot for a lot of people. The signs that you were raised in an emotionally unsafe home, and that's how that experience is still showing up in your life right now. And before I go any further, I want to define what I mean by emotionally unsafe, because I think a lot of people hear that phrase and immediately feels like, my home is not that bad, there was no violence, my parents provided for me, it was not abusive. And that may all be true. But emotionally unsafe is different from material provision. An emotionally unsafe home is one where your emotional experience, your needs, your inner worlds were not welcomed, were not respected, or handled with care. And that can happen in homes that looked completely normal from the outside. Today I want to talk about or walk you through the signs, and then I want to talk about how those early experiences are showing up in your adult life, often in ways you will never connect it back to where it started. So what are the signs of an emotionally unsafe home? The first sign is that emotions were not allowed or you are actively discouraged. You were told not to cry, that being sensitive was weakness, that your feelings were too much or inconvenient or traumatic. Maybe anger was completely forbidden in your home, especially for you as a girl or a woman. Maybe silence were mixed with dismissal, stop crying, you are fine, you have nothing to be upset about. And so you learn to suppress, to swallow what you felt, to perform okay even when you are not. The second sign is that love felt conditional. You felt loved when you performed well, when you got good grades, when you behave, when you make the adults around you comfortable, but when you struggle or when you fail or when you express needs or cause inconvenience, the ones withdraw. And so you learn that love have to be earned, and the way to earn it is to make yourself as easy as agreeable. The third sign is unpredictability. You never quite knew where emotionally state you are going to come home to, what moved the household, whether today was going to be okay or not okay. And so you developed hypervigilance, the ability to read a room instantly, to sense emotional temperature before anyone spoke, to anticipate and to manage. That hypervigilance, which was a survival skill then, is exhausting to carry into adulthood. The fourth sign is that your needs were dismissed or minimized. When you express a need for comfort, for support, for understanding, it was often minimized. You were told you were overreacting, being dramatic, too sensitive. And so you learned my needs are opposition, my feelings are too much, I should handle things alone. The fifth sign is that conflict was either explosive or completely avoided. Either conflict in your home were dangerous or was dangerous, raised voices, punishments, things that couldn't be taken back, or it was completely avoided. A suffocating peacekeeping where nothing real was never addressed. Either way, you never learned how to navigate conflict healthily, how to have a disagreement and come out the other side okay. Now, how are these showing up in your adult life? If emotions were allowed, you probably struggle to identify and express your feelings now. You might feel numb, disconnected, or overwhelmed by emotions when they do surface because you never learned to process them. If love felt conditional, you probably people please, overgive, find it hard to believe you are loved without any limits, stay in relationship where you have to perform, to be chosen. If your home was unpredictable, you probably hypervigilant in relationship, waiting for the other shoe to drop, struggling to trust that good thing will last. If your needs were dismissed, You probably struggle to ask for what you need, to advocate for yourself, to believe that you need matters. If conflict was explosive or avoided, you probably neither shut down in conflict or escalate. Finding the middle ground of healthy disagreements feels almost always impossible. None of these are character flaws. They are adaptations, intelligence responses to environments you were in. The problem is that the environment changed and the adaptations did not change. So what do you do? The first thing is exactly what you are doing right now, making the connection, thinking clearly how your early environment shaped the pattern you carry today. Because you cannot heal what you have not named. I always say this. You have to name it. The second thing is grieving what you deserve and did not get. Because there is genuine grief in realizing that the home you grew up in was not emotionally safe, that the parenting you received did not give you what you needed. That grief is real and it deserves to be felt. The third thing is reparenting yourself. Learning to give yourself now what was not given to you then. Allowing your emotions, meeting your own needs, and creating internal safety. This is deep work. And it almost always benefits from professional support. The fourth thing is building emotionally safe relationships now. Surrounding yourself with people who can handle your feelings, who don't make you earn love, who can navigate conflict without aspirations or avoidance. Because experiencing emotional safety in relationship, maybe for the first time, is one of the most healing things that can happen. It shows your nervous system, oh, this is what safe feels like. And slowly it begins to believe it. I want to close with this. If you grew up in an emotionally unsafe home, I want you to know something important. It was not your fault. The patterns you developed were not character flaws. They were survival strategies. And you survived. But now you get to do more than survive. Now you get to heal, to build something different, to become someone who knows what emotional safety feels like from the inside out. That is possible for you, regardless of where you started. Drop safety in the comments if this resonated today and share this with someone who has been confused about why they respond the way they do. This might be the explanation they have been looking for. I will see you in the next one. Ciao.